Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. Now, there comes a time when you must clear your head and decide what is best for you. Like my son Kenley, I have always tried to help others. Isn't that what we are taught, all of us? Now, there also comes a time when you realize that everything you do is causing you heartache and shortening your life due to circumstances beyond your control. This is the crossroads of my life. We all have choices. Sometimes you make the right and sometimes the wrong one. Most people eventually see their errors and try to change. If what I've been through were made into a movie, no one would believe it. How could they? From illegal sales of baby organs, harassment, a coroner fired for misconduct, to critical legal documents mistakenly made available to anyone. And as if that wasn't enough, the unimaginable abuse I endured at the hands of the district attorney, who was supposed to protect me as a victim. The truth is stranger than fiction, yet it's the painful reality I live with. I guess it's not so hard to believe that as a mother and a victim of a murdered child, I would be subject to this incompetence. I learned many things during these 5 years of fighting for justice for my son. Let's clarify. Forget everything you were taught about justice for victims. The DA office works only for the state, not for the victim. They will tell you that many times. The criminal has all the rights, of course, and we pay his attorney fee. His defense is there to defend and try everything to get him off, even if he is guilty. What do we get? Nothing. Oh, wait. We get the burden of navigating a system that treats our pain as an afterthought. As a mother who has lost her only child, Kenley, to a drunk driver, I live with a life sentence of grief that will never, ever end. The criminal may have all their rights in their defense, but I am left with nothing, no future, no justice. Only the haunting fear of the uncertainty that comes with being alone in my golden years, wondering who will be there for me as I face the years ahead without my son. Now, the drunk driver who crushed my son, yes, crushed him, in his car was so drunk he could not stand up to take a sobriety test, so he was taken to the hospital. An officer arrived and asked for his permission to have blood tests. Dennis did agree to have his blood drawn for a BAC. Now, this was a loophole the DA quickly exploited, Dennis having just been in a crash and too drunk to comprehend what was happening, didn't fully understand what he was agreeing to. This led to many loopholes that the defense attorney used to delay the case and try to get him off. This led to even more loopholes, like the fact that the blood alcohol content BAC test results took 10 months to arrive. Naturally, he wasn't arrested until those results came in, 10 months after the crash. This delay gave the defense more room to maneuver, piling on additional loopholes and dragging out the process further. The drunk driver, yes, his name is Dennis Rodriguez ABYETA Jr., and yes, I can say his name because he is now in jail, agreed that the test was taken during that time frame, which I believe is 2 hours. Now, 4 trial postponements were postponed since the defense tried to get the blood evidence thrown out. What I was told his argument was he was too drunk to be permitted to draw blood, to give permission to draw blood for a BAC test. Now, the long, painful journey has taught me harsh truths about the legal system and the uphill battle victims face in pursuing justice. But I refuse to let my son's death be in vain. That's why I've created a series of YouTube videos where I detail the tragic events that led to the loss of my son Kenley and the legal nightmare that followed. Through these videos, I hope to shine light on the broken system and often guidance to other victims in the same unbeatable and unbearable situation. If sharing my story can help even one person navigate this maze of injustice, then maybe Kenley's legacy will be one of change and hope for others facing similar grief. You can find my videos on my YouTube channel, where I'm committed to exposing the reality of what victims endure in advocating for justice system that doesn't leave us in the shadows. Mothers, the fight is yours, yours alone. When the system fails you, when the courts seem to protect the very criminal who took everything from you, it's your voice that must rise above all. There are no guarantees of justice in this world of laws, where laws favor the offender, but there is strength in our pain, in our collective cry for change. This is not just a battle for justice, it's a fight for your child's memory, for the safety of others, and for the future where no other mother stands in your shoes. It's time we rewrite the narrative, because the law may give the criminal rights, but we have the power to demand accountability. We must be the squeaking wheel who gets the grease. And his cherished dog, Marshall, both of whom were tragically taken from me on January 25, 2019, by a drunk driver by the name of Dennis Rodriguez ABYETA Jr. in Lubbock, Texas. My fight for justice is far from over. I'm still here, still standing, and still determined to ensure that their lives are not forgotten and that accountability is demanded for this senseless loss. Thank you.